Hey, welcome to the Quick Take. My name is Bill, and today we're going to talk about Dick Warlock. Yes, Dick Warlock. Dick Warlock is not only one of the most popular actors to play Michael Myers, but I've always contended that his walk is the most copied. Now, of course, Nick Castle is the man when it comes to all things Mike, but Dick made Michael his own by slowing things down and making things a little bit more intentional. Now, Nick was fluid and almost graceful, where Dick was more stiff and more intentional in his movements. You have to admit, he was shot 6 times.
I shot him 6 times! 6 times! 6 times! Can't have gotten very far. Come on. 6 times!
Well, with that being said, many of the subsequent Michaels followed Dick's particular formula. To me, it was just Chris Duran and James Jude Courtney who broke the mold and were more Nick Castle-esque. Everyone else seemed to be on the Warlock bandwagon.
Brady!
Get up there, Rachel!
Brady, come with us!
Go!
Oh, Brady!
Dick's rendition of Michael was pretty badass, and though he was smaller in stature, he still played the part as big as anyone else. He was very creative and effective with what he did as being Michael. Now, being the stunt coordinator for Halloween 2 didn't hurt either. That provided him with a lot of ideas, creatively and mechanically. Now, he was in control of all the kills, how they were to be pulled off, and he also kept everyone else safe on set. Though as Michael, he was slower, he was a slower mover and almost robotic at times, he still executed his skills and his kills well, and he was quick when it mattered. Of course, I'm not going to forget the less impressive things when it came to Halloween 2. Such as Michael obviously backing up on a ramp when getting shot out of the Doyle's house. Now, they could have showed the original ending from Halloween, but for some reason they didn't. If anyone out there knows, let me know. There are also a few more things I didn't like. I was never a fan of the hospital bed stab, or even the elevator scene. But what bothered me the most was Laurie blasting 2 perfect shots right into Michael's eye holes with a hand cannon, and he hardly took a step back. But whatever, Halloween 2 is still a big fan favorite, and cinematically it had its good points, and it had the right mood, and it had the right Michael. Most Halloween fans know the story of Dick Warlock being cast as Michael. Basically, he put on the mask and walked into Deborah Hill's office. He didn't say anything, and that got him the gig. Even so, most fans know he was obviously not the carbon copy of Nick Castle. Besides the mask being so different due to aging and the physical differences between Dick and Nick, the walk really stood out to me. And I believe it did for a ton of fans and subsequent Michaels who followed the same formula in more sequels to come. Though I think Dick Warlock is mostly known for his work on Halloween 2, he also had multiple roles playing himself in Halloween 3. He was Kurt Russell's stunt double for years. And yes, he was even Matt Hooper in Jaws for a few minutes. He did stunts for Casino, Child's Play, and he even goes all the way back to the days of Bat Masterson. Look it up. He played a lot of background and secondary characters as well. Let's just say he's been all over the film industry for over 60 years. And that's some Hollywood cred right there. His fame with Halloween and Hollywood may be one thing, but I can honestly say the best thing about Dick Warlock is how cool he is. Now, I know this personally, and I know he doesn't remember this even though he told me he did, but before he was actively doing any conventions and those type of things, he was selling his photographs online and he had an email address on his site. So I thought I'd give it a shot and see if he would actually answer one of my emails. He did. And not only one, we ended up emailing each other quite a bit. He himself was the first person to tell me that the mask he used in Halloween 2 was from the original movie. Now, of course, I didn't believe him at first because it looked so different, and I even had the guts to question him about it. Well, I finally came to the conclusion years later, well, he was telling me the truth all along. Now, emailing me was really cool, but I think the thing I can remember most was the time he took with me at the Halloween 35 convention. We had some really good conversations, and he didn't rush me at all. He was very open and he listened. And he even said he could remember those email conversations we had years earlier. Whether that was true or not, whatever. He said it, and that was good enough for me. The 40-year convention was a little different though. Due to where he was located in the convention center and the massive crowds he had, he really didn't have a chance to talk as much. It was kind of a get in and get out type of thing. But regardless, he actually seemed to remember me, and he especially remembered my wife. And he still had enough time to show me that I still had a place right there in his heart. It's pretty simple, really. Dick Warlock is a pretty special guy. Now, Halloween 2 was supposed to be the last, right? At that time they were thinking it was by burning Michael into the ground. Well, obviously it wasn't the last, far from it. And I'm thinking Dick may have had a role in that. He defined Michael Myers in a certain way, and that ended up being copied by so many Michaels to follow. So it's very plausible he may be the reason the franchise was resurrected. But it's not only his role as Michael and his Hollywood credentials that makes Dick Warlock so special. At least not to me. What makes him stand out is he's really a decent guy who continues to treat people really well. And I'll take that above anything. Hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And I hope to have some more stuff out soon. I know it's been a while. Basically, I've just been lazy. But thanks for taking your time. See you soon. So I'm just finishing up my video. I'm putting the final touches on it. And I always put in that one last clip that I always put in on all my videos. And this one's going to need a little backstory. So back in 2013, my wife Jill and I went to the 35th anniversary Halloween convention in Pasadena. And we went to see everything, and we saw the Halloween 2 panel. And when we were there and all the actors came in, my wife goes, "Oh my God, that guy looks just like my dad." Well, it was Dick Warlock. And so that became a running joke with us throughout the whole convention. It's every time we saw Dick, either my wife would go, "Oh, there's my dad," or I would say, "Oh, there's your dad," or whatever. So we had a few opportunities, obviously, to meet Dick, and we talked to him. And when she talked to him, she always brought that up. "Oh my God, you look like my dad." Well, we went on the Halloween tour, of all the locations. As we were coming back from Sierra Madre, or just about to get on the bus, Dick says to my wife, he goes, "Hey, why don't we go over and say, do a little video for your dad about how I look like him?" And she goes, "Oh man, that'd be great." So I filmed it, but the reason I'm playing it is it just shows really how cool and how thoughtful Dick Warlock is. So it's just a little video, but I edited a little bit because there was a lot of side stuff going on. But yeah, enjoy.
So you think that I look like somebody you know? Who is that?
He is
A friend of yours or something?
yes, my dad. You
Your
look
dad?
like my dad.
I think
Larry,
you think
Uncle
I
Larry.
Look like your dad.
Uncle Larry.
Nice.
I'll be there, Larry.
You look at
Are
that.
you Larry? Well, Larry, thank
Okay.
you. Golly, how you doing, man? I just wanted to say hi from Pasadena, California. It's Dick Warlock. I'm Uncle Larry.
Larry
Are you
Fuller.
Dick? No, am I Dick? I don't know who that was.